Deep breath. I'm excited. So we're gonna tone it down and come up with some really creative ideas. Those of you who coach with me, this should only be a coaching call that you and your team members are on. So it is only for our coaching clients at this point. And we're dealing with this first because, as you guys know, my job is to get us through this over the next few weeks. When I'm done getting you guys through this, I would like to just announce that I will be going on a beautiful vacation for at least a week or two. So that's my reward. So anyway, here's the thing, guys. You know that I'm not going to come to this call with doom and gloom. I've been through this before. I've been coaching a long time. I've been in real estate for almost 25 years, and we've been through this before. So I feel like we can really weather it. But I also want to stress to everybody, this is not a call about negativity. This is a call about really giving you some great ideas. We are going to have a different change of mindset. I want to coach. First of all, I do want to say to everybody a couple things. First thing, I'm blown away by how amazing and positive you guys are. We have over 700 clients and only one reached out in full-blown panic mode. The 699 plus other clients we have all told us that they're having great success. I've checked in with a lot of people. It's business as normal. I shouldn't say business as normal. I should say you guys are still hammering out listings and buyers and sales. And I just want to say that I'm really proud of you guys. Understand that, our message right now, one of the biggest things as an owner of a business coaching company is to say, look, I'm on your side. We don't change our goals. We have to pivot, though. And pivoting is what's most important at this time. You can look at it two different ways, guys. You can look at this in a negative way. And by the way, if anybody, there's a couple people for some reason that are not muted on this call. I don't know why. Please mute yourself. This is not a time. This is actually a very serious, important call, and I want to make sure that you're muted. If you put us on hold, there are 700 plus people on this call. I cannot go through and find out who it is. So I'm just going to ask that you do your best to just take this seriously and take it as, a little bit of silence, because I'm going to load you guys with some ideas that are going to be really great. So here's the thing. If you read everything, one of the things that I'm very big on is there's times where we go through in business that are really hard. They're very difficult times, and they're navigating uncharted territory. We're in that right now for a lot of you who haven't been through this before. It is not going to serve you any purpose to start thinking about doom and gloom and what's going to happen. Nobody can predict it. Okay, it's unpredictable territory. What you can look at is you can look at some positive things. You can also look and go, you know what? It's situations like this, and I'm telling you that your mindset has to be, this is not vacation. This is time as business owners that we need to buckle down. We need to talk to our teams. We need to talk to the people on our teams. And we need to be very positive about ways that we can pivot our business. That's why we're doing this call. On a housekeeping note, we are doubling, if not tripling, all the coaching and opportunities we're giving people. We're having, on Wednesday, we're having Canadian mortgage information. We're having all the questions and answers that our clients are giving, so you get the right messages out there by one of the top experts in Canada. On Thursday, I have one of my best cold callers who knows how to get 18 listing appointments a week is going to do a 1-hour coaching call. On Friday morning, we have our new VP and co-owner of our coaching administration coaching department. She's going to be leading. We're announcing it a little sooner than normal. She's going to be doing coaching to your admins on a weekly basis to help get you guys so your admins know how to navigate during this time period. On Friday at lunchtime, I'm going to do a 3-day, this is what you should do over the next 3 days call. We are going to continue to pour into you. On Monday, we have our social media company. As you guys know, I have what I think is one of the best social media companies around, and they're going to talk about ideas and ways that we can catapult your business during this online time period. We're going to pour as much stuff at you guys as we possibly can. We are not going to be using the portal until further notice. We are going to be putting all the calls into our Facebook group site because we want your teams to be able to log in easily, get access to the information as fast as possible. So we wanted to mitigate that, and I think the portal will just slow you guys down with having to give out logins and codes and things like that. So it'll be easier to do it that way. So if you miss a call, we're putting it there. So you'll hear a lot of things. There's a lot of great leaders out there in real estate right now, and they're talking about opportunity. If you want to read the last chapter of the book Shift, which is great, it's called The Gift of Shift. If you want some of the best mindset advice you can get, you're going to get it right there. I love it. Shifts happen and you make them happen when you least expect it, and they don't feel great and they don't feel right sometimes, but the issues are the same. Okay. And so we don't want to go backwards. You have to double down on your business. That's how it goes. And like I said, I'm with everybody else here, guys. I legitimately had vacation planned this month. I have Ironmans. I have all these stuff that's going on in my world, and I've canceled everything. So on a perspective note, because everybody's asking me the question about social distancing, I am social distancing myself for a 2-week period. Understand that the reason why we're doing social distancing, and again, I am not an infectious disease person, so please do not, whoever is not on mute, I can hear you right now. Please *6 yourself and put mute on. Okay? Thank you. Anyway, we have 700 plus people, guys, so thank you. I don't know how some people aren't being muted, but we try to mute everybody. Anyway, the point is that what we're doing, myself included, is we have to social distance because we want to get ahead of it. And if you do the research and the studies, you'll know that it's not to freak everybody out. When the government closes, it's not to freak everybody out. It's to get this under control because the consequences can be really bad. So my first piece of advice to you guys is be careful. People are going to be looking at social media very aggressively over the next few weeks, and I'm telling you, it's like linchpinning out there. So be very cautious about, whether you're putting an opinion out there that can affect your company and your leadership by saying, oh, I don't believe in this, I'm out, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Be very cautious about that. Okay, this is not great news for everybody. Okay, so you've got to really watch that, and this is about a bigger issue, and you want to support it. That's the most important thing. Our economy depends on us behaving in an appropriate way. Now, on the flip side, here's where I have to come in as a business coach. This is an amazing opportunity. I have watched for years waiting for an opportunity, not like this, but an opportunity for real estate agents to show that we are kick-ass amazing people in this world. We have had a bad rap for 20 plus years, discount brokering, commisery. What are we worth? You know what we're worth? I got goosebumps right now because you know what we're worth? We're the people, and I want all of our clients to be the people who are going to lead this industry and not cower out. Okay, we are not dooming and glooming this shit. We are going to find solutions for our clients, and we're going to help them. I was just on a call with a CEO, and I explained to him, I said, not everybody is going to survive this, meaning there are a lot of people who have a debt service ratio that is over capacity right now. So a month or two, they're not going to be able to survive if they take a hit on income, if they're a small business owner, things like that. So be careful. Not everybody is going to survive this well, which means that there's always a need for real estate. There always is. There's a great article that we're going to post on our Facebook site that was shared to me by a CEO. Those of you who want to know the statistics of what happened in the real estate market when SARS hit, we're going to post that. Is it a different level? Yes. However, please put in perspective, SARS was 2003, which dates it a long time ago, which means technology and ways we can operate our businesses is entirely different right now. So with that being said, I want to really challenge you. This call is about optimism, but it's also about being very serious. This is a time where I want you guys to get a little bit creative. I want you to think outside of the box. That's why you coach with our company. We don't cower in, okay? I'm very, very proud of everybody, by the way. Anyway, so let's keep rolling on it. And remember, if you're not on mute, like that person right now who just took a really deep breath, I don't know why you're not on mute, but just push *6 if you don't mind. That would be great. *6 unmutes you as well, so be careful. I'm just looking at that one person that breathed really loud for a second. All right, so a few things. Let's cover open houses first of all, okay? So to do open houses or not to do open houses, remember your client's safety is important, but these are listings with your brokerage. First rule of thumb, follow what your brokerage is telling you to do. Your brokerage needs to give you advice on that. There are the brokerage's listings predominantly, and we have to respect what your brokers are advising you to do. I personally don't believe we should be doing open houses. That is a personal opinion of mine. I think it is way too risky out there, and I've seen way too many people who are not understanding that they should be self-quarantining. So my thought process is that open houses do not need to happen for the public to gain access to it. What we have shifted doing, which I'm really proud about, is I've seen a lot of creativity, and we've pivoted our coaching clients, is to get buyers to sign up to do the streaming of an open house, okay? Now, you can do virtual tours. That's great. That's lovely, all that stuff. But what I'm suggesting is streamline your open houses. Now, how do you do that? Teach your clients to do it. Get them to sign up for tours. Okay, there's listings everywhere. So get creative, guys. This is what this call is about. It's not about changing the goals. It's about pivoting and showing, again, we are realtors and we're freaking amazing. And this is our chance to show that we can pivot our businesses, and we understand that there are still people who need to buy and sell out there. So we have to support them, and we have to show that we're willing to support them. So what I'm suggesting is not just saying, here's a virtual tour of my property. I'm saying if your clients are at home and they have a listing, teach them how to do a virtual walk around. Say, here's what we're going to do instead on Saturday or Sunday. Open houses are typically 2 to 4. We'll band together with a ton of agents in your office or yourself or your team if you're carrying a lot of listings and do 15-minute live open houses. And I'm dead serious about this. Get them to show up and be like, put the link out there. I want you to remember something. We need to still build our companies. And that's not selfish of me saying, I don't want to feel like I'm a selfish coach here, but you guys have your business owners. So what's the one thing we should still be building? Our databases. Take this as an amazing opportunity. As a business coach, I love it because I'm going, you guys have no choice but to lead generate now for 3 weeks. I'm loving it. I'm like, finally, I've got you guys. You're all in lead generation mode now. You cannot escape. You're on quarantine, so I got you. So anyway, so I want you guys to lead generate for 3 weeks, all right? And I'm not even looking at 3 weeks. I'm going, let's do it for the next week. So on Sunday, get creative. Put it out there and be like, instead of doing a quote unquote, here's my virtual tour, get out there and be like, build your database. Be like, I've got this beautiful property. It's absolutely outstanding, and I want to respect the public's opinion and the safety of the public. And we've taught our clients how to do a 15-minute walk around open house. Show your clients how to do FaceTime, Zoom, whatever it is. And whoever's breathing on this call, I can hear you. So be careful. Some of you are not on mute, and we do not have the ability to actually mute you guys right now because it's just too crazy right now. There's 700 people at capacity. So take a virtual tour with your client. You don't even have to be there. If it's a vacant property, then of course you can do it. That makes sense. Don't bring anybody with you. Do a 15-minute sign up for my open house. That is brilliant. If you're on this call, do it. Not only do you, okay, I got to go right in. Give me 2 seconds, whoever's moving papers around. If you have a mute function on your phone, please put it on. And I am going to just zoom in really quickly and make sure mute. I'm going to unmute and then mute everybody. So where are we here? Bum, 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 bum. Here's the one person, the Toronto person. Shame, shame. Oh, and then we got Brad Klaus was on it. Okay, here we go. All right. So we got you guys. Now we were able to do it. Thank you to my amazing admin team. All right. So 15-minute virtual open houses. Get people to sign up. Get the links creative. Let's go on that. Okay? That's the first thing. And like I said, that is out of the box thinking. A lot of agents right now are saying, well, I think I'll just do an open house. And they're getting beaten up over it. I'd like to see you guys do sign ups, 15-minute open house live tours, and get your listing clients excited and involved. I don't care how sloppy it is or how sloppy it looks. It's creative, it's out of the box thinking, and I'd like to see it. There's no reason we have to stop our open houses. And remember, building the database is great. Think of it positively. The one thing I'm always coaching you guys on is build your database. This is going to force you to do it. Have a sign-up link. How do you get that? Well, you got a lot of time now. Let's not spend the call trying to figure that out. There's a million platforms for that. And then do the virtual walkthrough and be like, my open house is at 123 Main Street is going to be 2 o'clock to 2:15. People are on lockdown anyway. They're going to love it. They're going to sign up for it. You're going to get 15 new leads, 20 new leads. How many can you actually get? Get your teams excited about that. And again, get your clients doing something. They're okay with it. They got nothing else to do anyway. So come on, let's get them doing this. Really important. Next thing you need to do, guys, I should have said this at the beginning of the call. You need to be checking in with everybody on your existing deals. Okay, so make sure you have all your existing deals happening right now. And we're going to kind of go all over the place because obviously we got a ton of stuff that I need to tell you in the next little while. So get your clients, check with your database, talk to your database, reach out to them, check in with all the people who have outstanding deals with you. Okay, give them a lot of reassurance, talk to them, whatever the case is, but make sure that you really check in. Check in with all the deals you have closing and pending to close. Third thing you want to do is check in with all the leads that you have, active clients. Definitely call them. Do not hide behind email. Reach out to them, call them, get educated on it. Okay. Next thing you want to do is look at all your leads and decide, okay, are you guys still looking? Are you not still looking? How do you want to do this? Tell them about some of the cool, innovative things that you have going. That's a big one. Okay. Let's keep going. So that's your database as far as, what we want to do at the beginning. Buyer consults. There's no possible reason you should not be having a buyer consult. Do it by video. Again, what do you think is going to happen in 1 week with all the people who are sitting around quarantine? Okay, husbands and wives who haven't spoke to each other in years now are I'm only kidding. They're gonna, you see the joke around Facebook right now. Everybody's talking about it. They're like, oh, who is this person now that there's no sports on TV? It's the truth. After 1 week of being quarantined, people are going to be jonesing to talk to you. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Not only are we able to get you guys to lead generate, whoop, whoop, but people are going to be home, forced to be home. People are going to be dying to talk to real estate agents. And I'll be honest with you, I see this as a huge opportunity. So if your regular buyer appointments are 3 a week, go for 6. They're all going to be done virtually. Get out there and be like, hey, listen, guys, this is your message should be, this is a time where a lot of you may be thinking you still want to continue on with your plans this year. Let's at least have the conversation. You're not doing anything in the house anyway. So you should be doubling, if not tripling, your buyer appointments. How is that a bad thing? This is not going to last forever. So this window has been closed for a very long time. There's been no need to pick up the shift book in a lot of markets. It's been soft shifts or whatever. Interest rates are remarkably low. They're going to keep going low because they want to stimulate the economy. So get there and do the appointments. Double, triple your buyer consults. Do them by video, but don't keep this a secret. Get out there and you may want to just in the next couple of days kind of, scale it back a little and then launch your program and be like, hey, here's our solutions as a team. Here's our solutions. Don't keep it a secret. And if you're worried other agents are going to steal your ideas, I wouldn't be doing this call. Okay, I did this call with you guys first before we publish this because I want you guys to have an opportunity to launch it, but I'm also here to help every realtor across the world. I want us to really rise up and show that no matter what happens, the reason why we charge 5 and 6% commission is because we actually really care about our clients and we're doing solution-based stuff right now instead of pivoting backwards. So buyer consults by video, same thing. Okay, listing presentations, guys. Here's a big one. You'll hear a lot of leaders, they're telling you double, triple your listing appointments right now, and the answer is yes. Do I believe you should be going to people's houses unless it's an emergency situation? For example, a client of mine has a senior citizen who moved into an old age home a couple of weeks ago. House is vacant. They absolutely need to sell. There's no reason why that agent can't list that property, okay? I want to be honest with you guys. Somebody said something this morning. I totally stole it, just so you know. Real estate is in demand like toilet paper right now. And that may or may not go over well with some people, but it is in demand. 95% of our clients put deals together at a high level in the last 3 days. So is it cautionary with some people? Yes. But the deals are still happening at a very fast pace and very aggressively. A lot of the markets were very hot. So they're kind of balancing out a little, but they're still very active. I want you guys to look at your MLS system and support your teams and say, look at how many listings came on. Look at how many sales happened in the last 3 days. Take a really good look. It's time that you start sharing with your teams and your colleagues, not the public. The public doesn't necessarily need to hear all the great stuff happening because there are legitimate concerns out there. But between your teams and yourselves, there is deals happening. The agents who are going into vacation mode right now, bad idea. Okay, if you're sitting there going, I'm going to lock myself down at the cottage and not do any work for the next little while, 2 to 3 weeks, that is a dangerous thing to do. I've been through this before, and this is not the time that you want your clients or the public to see that you left and you turned all of them when you're going through this. We have one of the highest debt service ratios in existence. If that's the case, understand there will be people who are very stressed out at this time. Is that the right message that you want the community and your clients to see, that when things got tough, you were like, I'm out of here, peace out? Do you want them to see that you didn't take this seriously and didn't quarantine yourself? Do you want them to see that you didn't come up with solutions to help? Trust me, the message you want them to see is how valuable we really are by doing these unique things. So here's the thing with listing presentations. I want everybody to triple them. Okay, you know why? If you run a CMA business model, you should be out there. Again, in 1 week's time, people are going to be jonesing to do something, to talk to people. The online stuff is everywhere now. People are going to go, oh my God, I've been 1 week at home, 1 week left. Oh my God. They're going to start to really jones. Why wouldn't you be promoting the pants off of, hey, what an amazing opportunity to find out the value of your house? Tell me one way, like you cannot possibly tell me it's not possible to teach people how to do video walkthroughs of their house. This is one of the best opportunities you can. Every single person, think of the database bills that you can get if you're going the CMA route and you're like, hey, if you've always wanted an up-to-date valuation of your house, but you've been quote unquote too busy, which by the way is the number one objection that I get from people all the time. So if you're too busy, you're going to have a lot of free time in your hands sitting around for the next few weeks. Why don't you use our team services? We do virtual CMAs. We're one of the best at it. We'd love to help you guys out with it. Fill out this form, and we'll set up a time with you to do a 15 to 20-minute virtual CMA with you on your property. Hello, guys. Yeehaw, let's go. Like that to me is like the best idea ever. Like people are going to be at home. They cannot leave. You are at home. You cannot leave. What an amazing chance. What objection can you give? You can't go on vacation. You can't fly. You're not supposed to go out. We have to social distance ourselves. This is the best time to be doing CMAs in the world. So you know what? Let's get the home evaluations going. Get on them. If your team has a goal of 4 a week, I would go for 16 a week. I'd be like, guys, how much can we blow the roof off this? Target your database. Target your postings. This shit is gold. And I mean that sincerely. This is not hurting people. We're not bad people for getting out there and saying, here's a creative thing for you to do next week. You know, for the next 2 weeks, our team is going to be the experts on blah, 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 virtual CMAs. Let's get you updated pricing. That's how we build our database. That's how you build future listing leads. To me, what a better chance. We've removed every obstacle from the way, every obstacle. And I think that that's really, really good. And just to share, I mean, you know, one of my little favorites here, Roger Vasala, love you. Roger wrote 6 offers this week and got 2 accepted yesterday. We're not stopping. Okay, I'm telling you, the real estate market is pretty hot. If you really, when I send out the article on SARS, you take a look at it. I'm not saying that it's not going to take a bit of a dip. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that we have 700 clients. Almost all of you guys reported back that you've had epic results in the past few days. So explain to me, like not everybody is running for the hills, but this is an amazing chance for you guys to get really powerful and creative and look for the opportunities instead of seeing it as negatives. And look for all the people with the virtual CMAs, by the way. If anybody comes to me and says that that's a bad idea, I'm going to tell you that if you don't think that there's real people out there who only have 1 or 2 mortgage payments before their house goes under, then guess what? Who's doing CMAs for those people? That's my question. Who's helping them? Okay, you got to give chances and opportunities to help everybody. And that's why it's not such a bad thing. If you don't want to take opportunity, then take a look at the people who need your help and ask yourself a question. Could virtual CMAs help people who are scared to death right now because they don't know what to do and they may just need a CMA and then maybe need to talk to you afterwards about strategies? Yes, that's the truth. So get out there and find the opportunities to help people. And when you help enough people, like Zig Ziglar says, you will get through this really, really well. Now, showing homes, okay? Here's your thing. I don't want to show houses to people, so what do I do, right? That's a really tough one. Couple things. You can do what a lot of clients, what we're suggesting them to do. This is a little outside of the box. Again, that's what this call is all about. You hear the typical stuff if my client really wants to. By the way, people are still showing homes like crazy. I don't know if I feel really comfortable with that. My personal opinion on that is I would like to not show homes, in my own personal opinion, just during quarantine stages, because I think that as a small business owner and as somebody who coaches small business owners, I know that if we don't follow the rules for 2 weeks, I don't want to be the person in this industry that is like realtors are shitheads. They didn't follow the rules. I want to be the solution provider. So what we're doing is we're understanding that a lot of people don't want to show houses at this time, but they still want to operate in the market. So we're using the agents' virtual tours, whatever we can. We're really asking their clients to help out. We're saying that our listing clients once a week or to be available at call to do questions and answer periods about their house. If it's a hot listing and you want to hold back offers, they can have a Q&A. They can do tours just like we talked about with the open houses. But more importantly, don't be afraid to write an offer in a place sight unseen with the clause saying provided sight seen. That's how we're talking to our listing clients. We're telling them, look, if we want to put your house on the market, here's some scenarios that we want you to think about. Instead of having 45 people through your house, we're going to do virtual open houses and all that kind of fun stuff. And what we're going to do is any offers that come in, you can do sight seen. So basically the winning offer gets to see the house and it's a conditional. Okay, so if you understand how that works, guys, you can actually go, they can put an offer in, and they will have 24 hours after acceptance to come into the house, verify that they have, obviously want to make sure they're not sick or anything, make sure they have masks and sanitizers, whatever, and should that house meet their criteria, they're the winning offer, they waive the condition and away you go. Okay, so that's how we're solving that issue. Another great thing that was brought up by Colin Campbell this morning, which I thought was really cool, is he's doing Schedule Cs for his clients. And what he's doing with that is he's doing non-refundable deposits for closing. You can move the closing date based on the outcome because we don't know how long this is going to affect us, but you cannot cancel the agreement of purchase and sale. So it's movable, but it's not cancelable. And it's a non-refundable deposit if they do. Okay, I think that's actually really good. Okay, and it really protects and gives a little bit of mitigation to the situation. So that's always really important too. But again, there's no reason why you can't get offers on your listing. Okay, virtual tours, client Q&As for anybody interested, virtual open houses, totally possible. And remember, signups and registrations, it's great to do it that way. And then with any offers, a 24-hour clause to visit the property on an accepted offer. Nothing wrong with that, people. And that's just mitigating the situation. It's keeping caution, but it's also being very responsible that we're not having 40 to 50 people through our houses. If you don't think that works, I've got at least 300 clients that tried it out this weekend and it worked fine. Now, for listing presentations as well, if you have clients, okay, somebody said this to me the other day, and they said, well, what if I have older clients, or what if I have this, that? Look, there's certain situations that we can run with and certain situations we can't. In my opinion, I have had some teams which we suggested and they did it. They have actually gone out and they've given devices to their clients that they can actually do video with. So if their clients don't have access to video, they're dropping off iPads or whatever in their mailboxes to their clients, and they're saying, look, we're going to walk you through how to do a listing presentation with us or how to do it that way, and we'll just keep it safe. There's ways that you can mitigate things like that, and they just log in, you walk them through how to open the iPad, you tell them how to click on it, it's the only app there or whatever the case is, or Zoom video or whatever it is, and you give them, boom, set it all up for them, and away they go. And all they have to do is turn the iPad around and walk around their house. There are solutions, okay, where you don't have to have contact with somebody, but you can absolutely say at 2 o'clock tomorrow, our team iPad will be dropped off to you, and we will follow up with you at 2:30 with a call on how to use it properly. That's pretty freaking easy, guys. Pretty easy, okay? So not hard to do. So I want you to think a little bit outside of the box with that one. Super easy. So whether or not to list or not, like I said, take a look at your market stats. If your market is still active and it still has listings and it's still doing things, then the answer to that question is hell yes, of course. You don't stop. You keep going. That's important. So let's keep moving on with some more great ideas. I'm getting a lot of messages, people going, amazing. Okay, here's a good one. Okay, exclusive listing inventory. People, you want to know where the listings are? Almost every office has about 50 at this time of the year. They have a ton of exclusive listings. Are you using them or not? Okay, so check in with your office. Get a list of exclusive listings. If your office will not give you exclusive listings or doesn't have their shit together with that, don't stay for it. Push. Ask them, say, I don't care. I need to know, how do we get the office exclusive listings? Then when you go that route, reach out to the agents with the exclusive listings and find out, are your clients still interested in selling it during the exclusive period? Do you have any videos done of the property? Can your client get any videos for us? What do you think it looks like in a market like this where some people are getting a little bit scared and they're not putting the houses on the market? Why don't you look for solutions? Work with the exclusive listings in your office. If you work for a brokerage like mine, we have 1,700 agents across Ontario. I'm not stopping at our office. Our office has over 55 exclusive listings right now. That is powerful. What does it look like if I can take those 55, find out the list of who wants to sell, who's not interested in selling, which ones have virtual tours? What am I doing to get those listings to my buyer clients? I want to show them at this time that it's not doom and gloom. Hey, by the way, here's an exclusive I found for you. You think that that's not going to be powerful? It's going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. You guys have time. That's what you have, is you have time. Okay? And how you want your clients to reach to see you is going to be important. So again, getting back to exclusive listings, if you're sitting on this call and you're like, I don't know, there's nothing, how can you use an exclusive listing? Okay, very important. Now, tying that all in on social media, again, next Monday we're going to do a call on it. But I want you guys to think about something. How are you helping people navigate this time period? Are you on Facebook and you're like, excuse me if I say this ignorantly, are you the people who are posting the messages about some random family in Italy that needs our help desperately? Because that's scary. That's really, to me, seeing stuff like that is really scary. I don't want to see sunshine and rainbows because there's people who are going through real stress right now, and that's important. But what I will look at is, if we're in the business of real estate, what are we doing to help our clients navigate in uncertainty? Are you holding webinars online? Again, remember, if you can register people online, you are still building your database. It's amazing to do that. So how's about you have some amazing content? Okay, it should be free. Anybody who is charging, I want you to think about this. Our coaching company is going to add about 6 to 10 times more coaching and support calls to you guys. We're adding administrative coaching for free. We are not gouging people, and we're not gouging the public, and we're not going after, I'm not going, oh, this is a great opportunity to get more coaching clients. I think we're going to do this group thing and we're going to charge $100 extra a month for it. No, we're pouring in. Why? Because that's what we do at this time. So if you are going to charge people for webinars and stuff like that, I'm very against that. I'm just letting you know that. What I really want to see is be concerned about building your database. When this is all done in a few weeks, that's why we're on this phone call. That's why I'm doing another one on Friday. I want you guys to continue to build your databases, and I want you to double, if not triple, your appointments. And I want you to really look at how you're going to show up. What information is valuable to your clients? On Wednesday, we're doing a call with Kim Lambert, like I said, and she's one of the top mortgage specialists in Canada. And one of the things that she's going to be talking about is all the most important questions and answers that our clients are asking and how we can best educate them. Great. Who's your Kim Lambert? Take a look at what we're doing. Who's your Kim Lambert? Who's the person that you need to get out there to your clients because they have more time than they've ever had? They're sitting at home, most of them, and they're really just going, holy smokes, like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? So the thing is, what are the questions that they want answers to? You know, what about the housing market? Can you predict that? No, you can't predict what's going to happen. Why? Because we don't know what's going to happen. So the only thing we can talk about on our calls is maybe once a week you do a market update. Maybe it's every 3 days you're saying to your database, hey guys, we're doing a market update. If you want in, here's the link. Let us know. Okay? Mortgage questions, hugely important. Next Tuesday at the 24th at 7 o'clock, we're doing all the top Canadian real estate investors talking about the biggest opportunities about a market like this. We're not doing that to say, hey, everybody go buy houses. But listen, interest rates are at an all-time low across the world. So if you think for 2 seconds that the market is like going to die because of that, no, there's tons of people who are not terrible at managing their money, and they're going to make it through this okay. And they've been waiting for a little bit of a softer market so they can pounce into it. So give them the advice they need. Give your seller clients the advice you need. Is this the right time to sell? Is it not the right time to sell? That's not up to us. Okay, it's up to our clients and it's up to our brokerage how they choose to mitigate through this. What is up to us is the advantages of this market. How do we actually succeed in a market like this? It is a small time frame. Anybody who is not challenging your team, and this is what I want to say to you guys. I know we're jumping all over the place today, but there's so much I have to say about this. But again, what informational seminars and sessions online can you be doing that are specifically related to helping people while building your database? Okay, a great opportunity. For example, vacant properties right now. Are vacant properties not seriously one of the easiest properties? You can just go, boom, done, simple. They're pretty easy. So, how many vacant properties are you finding? I talked about this weeks ago to coaching clients, saying, what are you doing to strategize around vacant properties? Those of you who listened are really happy right now. Those of you who didn't are going, shit, I should have listened. Here's the thing. Vacant properties right now are able to be put on the market. You're not disturbing anybody. I still would mitigate a number of showings because I don't believe that people should be walking through places randomly. Just not with the way the virus is going. So we just want to mitigate that and just use your best interest. Again, that is your brokerage's decision how they want to, see that message to the public. Your brokerage may not want, they may support our idea, which is, get an offer, 24-hour clause, accepted offer, you get it. If we use digital media at the highest level and we're creative with it, we should be okay. Again, the virtual open houses, if you have a vacant property and it's been a few days and nobody's entered the place, sanitize yourself, be protected, do a 15-minute live open house at the open house, accept offers that night, away you go. Have a Q&A in the afternoon with the actual owners, so anybody interested can ask any questions that they have. Boom, boom, boom. How do you do that? Very easy. You can actually use Slido if you're looking for some advice, Slido. If you're going to do live videos like that, use Slido. Super easy, free, super easy for people to ask questions on live things like that. So I suggest that you go that route and just answer everybody's questions. You can mitigate the questions as well by choosing which ones are not maybe relevant or not, because you may have somebody on there calling you terrible, which, by the way, I don't think anybody would. I think you're doing really good solutions there. But again, vacant properties right now, how do you find them? Challenge your team. Get out there and do it. On Thursday, we're going to have Mike do the cold calling session. Get excited about it. Have a team challenge. Start using, how do I manage my team when we're all over the place in a time like this? You don't need to have office meetings. Have virtual office meetings. Start getting excited about that. Put them all together and be like, our team, we're going to do virtual accountability. Have your team, somebody asked me this morning, how many hours of lead generation should you do? And my answer was 8 hours a day. And because your lead generation is everything now. Okay, your lead generation, you don't have to be, you're saving so much time by not being in the car, by not having to do this, not having to do that. I mean, we're shifting into a different way to reach our goal. We're not stopping, we're shifting. Those of you who think this is vacation, big mistake. Push through it and double your goals. If you double your goals, you will have the same results. If you triple your goals, you will end up getting market share. That's my advice to you. So if you have 4 listing appointments a week or 4 CMAs a week you need to do, go for 16, go for 8. Make it really, really awesome. You don't have car time even close to as much as you had before. So what else are you doing all day? This is a time where, I had a conversation with CEO this morning saying that, half of this person's team said, you know what, I'm going to go to the cottage, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Great. This week is March break week. It's totally up to other people how they want to behave. But at the end of the day, this is that one time period that hopefully doesn't last too long, that we can actually up our game. And everybody I know is succeeding right now, except for that one poor person who had a little bit of stress on that one, but that's okay. Again, this is opportunity. The biggest teams that we coach are operating budgets of $15,000 to $25,000 in weekly expenses in their companies. Ironically, they're not panicking. They're literally looking, going, you know what? We know this is a time frame that we just have to get through. It's a pivot, and it means we need to be more creative. So they're isolating themselves against any negative energy. They're isolating themselves against any negative vibes. They're not getting stuck in doom and gloom. We're taking it 1 week at a time. And we're going, this week, our goal is to get this many listing appointments. Why worry about something that hasn't happened yet? So hit the listing appointments, hit the CMAs, start getting creative, and start prepping people. Those clients that force and want to go out and show houses, that's on you. Never put them in the same car. Always make sure if you're not comfortable, then that is priority number one. If your clients aren't comfortable, that's priority number two as well. And I say that the two are hand in hand. If you're not comfortable, don't do it. Find another way to do it, though. That's my message. Never do what you're not comfortable doing. This is serious. It's not a joke. But do find, and again, be careful the messaging that you're reading about this. There's so much doom and gloom and hysteria around it, and I'm not saying there doesn't have to be. It's just really look at the reason why we're quarantined for a couple weeks is to get ahead of all the cases that are happening. And once that happens, it really shows statistically that a 2-week quarantine can get this under really good control. Now, again, I'm not an expert in this area, so you have to do smart research, not hysteria research. If it's not coming from a credible source, or if it's from some dodo who posted, some family that posted an SOS message to us from some village in the middle of a country that we don't know anything about, and there seems to be no direct correlation to it, chances of the credibility of that, I'm not saying it's not true, but I think that that's really the wrong message that we need to be putting out there. If you want the economy to survive and you want the economy to thrive, let's just listen to what they're asking us to do and then find ways that we can do it within our comfort zone, which means we can still operate great real estate businesses. My best advice to you guys, and I said I've been through this before, my best advice to you guys is to not panic. Understand that a shift is opportunity. 99% of you guys on this call are happy and making opportunities happen. Just number one thing, start talking to your database. Okay, get on the phone and know your information. Okay, so this is where it goes in hand. When you start calling your database, I want you to reach out to them. They're going to remember who was there, who wasn't there. Okay, that's important. Next good idea I want you guys to remember, seminars. What are we waiting for, guys? Let's get on it. People are going to be in their houses for 2 to 3 weeks, and they're going to want a break from the monotony of hanging out with a bunch of people, and that maybe they haven't seen in a while. People are going to start to feel like, oh my God, my house is really small. The walls are caving in. We've ran out of Netflix to watch. What are we possibly going to do? Hello, what cool kick-ass seminars can you now do online? Who are we doing what with? I mean, you telling me you can't go around and find 4 key experts that are also quarantined around the house and saying, hey, why don't we throw together one of the best damn investment seminars we could do? Bring that shit online. What about home buyer sessions? Do it. What about getting 3 of the best financial advisors? I don't care if they're with different banks. What a cool webinar to have to be like, hey guys, we got 3 different bank people who are all under quarantine, one from RBC, one's a mortgage rep, one's from TD, and we're going to put them all on one interview with us, and we're going to have a call, and we're going to say, hey, if you're thinking of buying or selling in 2020, let's hear their biggest questions that they're asking. Worst case scenario, you're going to have what? 100 new people sign up for it because that's really cool and they're bored to death? That's amazing. I think that's awesome. You're going to see the online education boom through the roof. So the best thing I can do is say get ahead of it now and think out of the box. But don't just put it out there. Get the registration so you're building the database and you're getting all these cool ideas out there and you're building the database and you're growing it, because these are the people who are going to be very grateful that you carried them through a time of uncertainty. This is our chance. I swear to you guys, this is our one chance to really show the world that real estate agents, not just in Canada or United States, but all over the world, and especially though Canada and United States, that we actually are worth every penny because we did, and we helped people through the hardest time that they probably have gone through internally. And you know what? My city, I'm lucky. We're a government town. We're Canada's capital. We're very well protected, meaning there's not a lot of people that are overly concerned about losing their businesses or their jobs, but it's still quite serious. So we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff in the background to help them as well, and we really are invested in that. But think outside of the box again, guys. What cool online kick-ass seminars can you do? And don't make it just about you. Get 4 or 5 kick shit awesome experts and pour them in and be like, yes, make it epic, stand out. Don't look at this as doom and gloom. If you just hired somebody, listen, I just got leased space. What do you think I feel like? The last thing you want is to have an office space that you're just in love with and you can't put anybody in it. So you know what? There's a lot of us who are going through crazy times, and you might be like, I just hired an assistant. Look, you're going to be fine. You have closings, and the market hasn't stopped. So take a look at the results. Take a look at MLS. Take a look at all that stuff, and we should be fine. I have a couple questions that have come in. I'm just going to look at right now. So okay, so investment properties that are tenanted, again, that was a great question, but it's the same thing. Okay, if an investment property is tenanted, then you do exactly what we talked about, which is basically if your tenant does not want you in there because they are definitely concerned. And by the way, this is when the difficult tenants are going to really start pushing back. Okay, so if a tenant's difficult, they're going to be difficult too. But the truth is, just to answer that question that came in, is that you got to come up with the strategies that we talked about. You can still list it. It'll have to be sight unseen. Do your best though. Give an app or just talk to the tenant like I talked about. And I said, give them an iPad with instructions on how to use it with a designated time call. Get them to do the virtual tour around it themselves. If they don't want anybody in there, then you ask them to do that, and then you explain to them that there will be a period. And again, if your tenant is really difficult, this is an investment property. I don't know any investor around that would not be understanding for a great investment deal, by the way, and investors are everywhere right now. It's like those are I like to I won't tell you what I nickname investors right now because I am one of them, but I'm looking for opportunity just like everybody else. The rates are great, investment opportunities. The market may give me, instead of 40 offers per property, maybe I'll only get 10. Last night there was 20 offers on a property. I mean, it's still aggressive. So the point is that I don't know any investor around that wouldn't be okay with saying, once the government gets clear that we can have social distancing is removed, that's when you can do your walkthrough of the property. An investor, in my understanding, for where I sit, I'm less concerned necessarily about how bad a place is. I'm not concerned about that. I can do my due diligence by video, by questions, by answers, by reports. If you have an inspector that can do quick inspections, that may be an option too, is to just be like, if that's a possibility. But overall, there are clauses that you can put into any offer at this point that can actually say, hey, listen, for investors, you don't need to get into the place. You really don't. I mean, unless it's a really big rehab project, in which case, again, if it's a big rehab project, why are there tenants sitting in there? Doesn't really make sense. Then, what are we really worried about? But respect the tenants. Ask the tenants, are they going anywhere? Is there a time frame where they're not going to be in there for 2 to 3 days? Ask the questions and really figure out the solutions. And again, why would you stop listing it? Take a look at your MLS system and look at the sales. That is your key defining measurable about how many listings came up, how many listings got conditionally sold, what's happening. And I swear to you, if you're not looking at exclusive listings right now, you're missing also a really big advertising opportunity and opportunity in general. Another idea, maybe you talk to 3 or 4 agents in your office and say, hey, listen, you know what? You've got 4 exclusive listings that you want to sell. I got 2 exclusive listings, or whatever the case is. And just say, look, how would you guys feel if we did a quick webinar and we gathered and you guys told us a little bit about some of your great properties you have, like anything. But the truth is think outside of the box, guys. These are just a few of the ideas. I don't want you to stop. Cold calling, we're going to be doing a whole session on that on Thursday. So just to let you guys know where we're going to put everything. As I said to you, we're doubling, tripling, quadrupling. We are going to provide so much support to you guys during this time period. And I want to thank every one of you for bringing a kick-ass attitude into it, because that is what makes the difference. And sometimes as a coaching company owner, I look around and I ask myself, okay, we grew really fast in a really short time period, and we are very selective about who we're in business with. And I could tell when the situations get tough like this, I don't want to get emotional on it, but I want to just say that what I saw this weekend and just over the last little while tells me that we did right. Like we're in business with the right people. I want us to be the coaching company that has success stories when this is done. I don't want, and so far, I'm, I've just never been more proud. Like, I've just never been more proud. I just love the text messages of positive attitudes where people are sending me their deals and they're telling me a great success stories and they're looking at solutions oriented. And that's a leadership decision. Whether you have one person on your team or 100 people on your team, you guys are the ones who are going to determine how this plays out for you guys. I see opportunity, but that's how I'm wired. I know opportunity exists. This is one of the very few opportunities to get market share, and I also know that it's temporary. And I've really mitigated, and I understand the severity of it to quarantine, but I also understand that we're doing that because we want it to be shorter. And the more I'm in alignment with that, the better it is. But I'm not changing our goals. I'm pivoting. That's all I'm doing. And you're going to see that there's going to be some people in your company that aren't going to pivot with you. And you're going to see that. And now's not the time to go over and discuss and have meetings and talk to them and be like, oh, you got to do this or you're going to be off my team. This is not the time to do that. Just remember it. Just remember who supports you, who doesn't support you, and just remember that you're the leaders. You're the ones who are going to decide what is your team seeing you do? How is your team responding to your messages? What are your internal and external messages showing? Are you optimistic or are you negative? What is the mindset you're bringing to the table? Is it easy? Oh, God, no, this is not going to be easy. Is it going to be a great test of your leadership? Yes. Is there opportunity? Hell yes. If you are operating where you're going, I don't want to do the CMAs, I don't want to do that. Let me tell you something. There's 1,000 people out in this world who need your help right now. There are a lot of people who need your help, and there are a lot of people who want the support. But just remember, 3 weeks or 2 weeks in isolation, I can only speak from experience that, truth be told, as somebody who never sits on her ass, being 2 weeks in a house or a home office or wherever is going to make me think, like, even I'm interested in some speaking to people I haven't spoke to in a while, and I'm going to be working till 3 o'clock every morning, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to help you guys navigate your business. So those positive attitudes and that strong mindset, it will help you tremendously, and you will get through it on the other side if you implement creative out of the box ideas, but don't keep them a secret. When you listen to our call on Thursday with Mike, and he's going to talk all about what's happening for cold calling, best scripts to use and stuff like that, get jacked up about it. People next week are going to be very bored. Okay, they're going to be bored. They're going to be jonesing for something to do. And the first bit of positive news about a U-turn in this virus, then all these realtors are going to be out there trying to chomp at the bit. Just do it now. When the crisis comes, be the optimistic ray of sunshine to help other people. Think about all the people that need our help. Think about how we navigate our teams. Think about everybody sitting at home doing nothing and being saying, well, how can we solve problems? How can we help them? How can we give them great education and advice? I mean, what, do you think this is going to last forever? Of course not. So what can we be showing people now, and how can we be operating it? Because I can tell you one thing, I think my CMA idea that I told you on this exact, if I were you guys, I'd be going for, like I said, double-digit CMAs, and I would be hard at that next week and over the weekend. I'd be like, look, guys, I know you guys are all saying, what am I going to do when I'm quarantined? Here's what we've got you guys doing. We're going to do this. We're going to give you guys home evaluations. We're going to get you up to date. Take the time to start calling your database and finding out if they're signing up to get a CMA on their house. Ask them great questions. When's your mortgage up for renewal? Start getting to know people again. Call every person in your database. If you're on this call and you're not calling your database, and what you're doing instead is you're actually just emailing them, that generic coronavirus email that I'm seeing everywhere from every company that I'm on their spam list, I know that that's important, but I also don't want to focus on that. Get on the phone. You have nothing else to do. Like I said, as a business coach, I'm smiling because you all have to lead generate now. So I love it. But anyway, what you see is going to happen is going to be magical. You're going to see out of the box thinking. You're going to see, holy shit, I can operate my business this way. What is it going to look like if you do the online CMAs and you get 15 CMAs every single week? You understand that you have just created a new opportunity in your business? Think about it this way. 3 weeks, if you got 15 new CMAs every week, and that's low, I know some coaching clients who told me this weekend that they're going to aim on the CMA idea. They're like, we're going to aim for 50 plus. And I'm like, now we're talking. I'm like, 50 CMAs a week virtually? Amazing. You get all those people signing up. What do you think your business is going to look like? If even a quarter of those pull through it, this is your chance to blow them away with service. This is a chance to get your admins working, everybody working, and getting excited. When was the last time you had an opportunity to reach people sitting at home doing nothing? Because they can't. We've never had that opportunity, like ever. So why not capitalize on the fact that we're here to provide great services and you're sitting at home not doing anything. So thank you for being awesome and controlling something for this world. Now, here's what we're going to do to keep you guys busy. How's about you find out what your home is worth today? Why not? What the hell else are you going to do? Think of the power that we've got to really do awesome things in this business. And I'm going to challenge everybody. We're going to circle back with our coaching clients this week, and we're business as normal. But here's the thing. I shouldn't say we're business as normal. We're working harder than we've ever worked to keep bringing you guys new ideas and new ways to do business. So we want to hear what's working. We want to hear how awesome you guys are doing, and we're going to start sharing it with you guys. We're going to be only operating on our Facebook site, which you're going to get a link to today. So I'm going to make sure everybody has it. We haven't used it that much, but we're going to keep it where everything is moving forward. So honestly, let's keep the conversations positive. Let's use that site as something that we can use to share positive things and really talk about positive results and share each other's knowledge, guys, so we can actually move it to the next level. I am jacked about this, and you will not hear me talk doom and gloom. I understand the severity of it, guys, but this is the time where we can take our business to the next level. So use some of these ideas. Our next, like I said, in this afternoon, we're going to be sending out a calendar of all the calls coming up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday. We're going to send that calendar out. All the recordings will be uploaded to our Facebook site. I strongly suggest you get your team on there, listen to the calls, let's get excited about it, and let's not look at this as doom and gloom. Okay, so I'm very excited. I got to wrap it up. We will upload this call to the Facebook site. Watch for the emails this afternoon, and just remember, guys, this is a time period that we're looking at. So you can see it as a time period of doom and gloom, or you can see this as an opportunity to really show how powerful as realtors we are and how we don't pivot away from problems. We pivot into them, and we're here to help the world, the community, and we're here to support real estate agents and real estate business across the world. People are still buying and selling. We are still experiencing huge, huge deals happening in the market, multiple offers and stuff. So until that disappears, your MLS system doesn't lie. Just take a look at that, and that's where the real truth lies right now. Okay, so let's stay strong. I want to hear creative ideas coming back to me. And again, watch for all the emails we're sending out. Pay attention to it because it's going to have all of our triple, quadruple coaching happening. Okay, so peace out. Let's rock it. And of course, you know, I will be coming back to you guys Friday at noon with another amazing idea call. Okay, bye guys.